Oh man, I can't believe this video is harder than me playing chords on a piano. All right, this is it. There's no more takes. Just use humor, just do it. They're gonna click off anyway because they just want a cool pattern. I think I'm recording. Hey everybody, Jim here from Grassroots Piano. Didn't know you were here. Thank you. Yes, I am going to be teaching in a bit of a humorous way because one, I can. Two, that's part of me. And I want to let you know this is a video lesson for those who want to learn how to read music. So if you are a beginner wanting to learn notes, great. I know some might say,
I can save you some time. Every good boy deserves fudge.
You know what? I don't like fudge. But also sometimes people need different ways to navigate music because when you get into rhythm, when you get into different pitches, right hand, left hand, it gets overwhelming. So I'm going to break this down. Hopefully it will help you open up doors for learning. In the screen we have simple 5 lines. That's it. Number 1 is the bottom line going down, and number 1 is also known as a lower pitch. Musical staff. That's a vocabulary. When we move on, musicians are smart, very smart. We need to know the alphabet, A through G. That's all we need to know. We're so smart. All right, never mind that. But on a geeky note, down the road, if you keep at it, try to learn the alphabet not only frontwards, but backwards. Oh, another thing, you might say, Jim, it'd be easier if you just played this on the piano. I'm doing a lesson this way, just one step at a time. Okay, good. Moving on, we are going to talk about the lines. Each line represents a sound, and we have 5 lines. Higher the number, higher the sound. And then guess what we have? We now are moving to spaces. Spaces, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what's really important is to practice so you don't get in trouble. That was not supposed to be on the screen, but we'll leave it there. What's really cool, we have 3 dots, you can call them that. They're 3 notes, but the first line is going through, that note rather, is going through the first line. And then you can see physically that dot is moving up, the sound is moving up. That means it's on the space. And then another example is on the second line. That's all that means. So every line and every space represents a sound. Hopefully we're getting there with this. Moving on though, we don't want to get in trouble. I need to behave. I need to make sure, speaking of trouble, treble clef, also known in this case G clef, because we have the little swirl that goes to the second line, that's G. And this is our guide note, or on the internet we'll say landmark note, G clef. If you can remember the G, you can navigate a lot of the notes. About 40 seconds earlier, I mentioned after the alphabet in music is G, we have A. So that would be the next note here, A. Just letting you know. All right, so before we move to the bass clef, we need to talk about middle C. Dun, 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 dun. So we have middle C, and we have a line going through it. And that line is extending the music staff, known as ledger line. And then if we go up from C, we have D, okay? And then after D, we have E, and so forth. Moving ahead a little bit, now we're going to go ahead and discover 5 pitches. So we just talked about C, D, E, F, and G. As simple as that. Just be aware on how the lines represent the sound, always starting from bottom to top. So now, if you're doing well, you will not get an F, but we are going to go to F clef, also known as bass clef, or some might say bass. But the F clef between the 2 dots, the 4th line, is F. So after F, if you go to that 4th space, that is G. Why did I put an A here? Because I wanted to, because you're awesome. No, I put an A there because that is our first note. Well, you are awesome, but that is our first space, and it begins with A. So after A, then you can go B. All right, so with this video, we talked about 2 guide notes, treble clef, G, and then we had middle C. Bass clef, we have an A on the space and F clef. So that's a total of 4. Now, let's see if you can figure out what's happening in bass clef. We have in the next section, we have F, and then G, A, and that sits on top of the line B, and yes, that line is going through it, that is C. All right, you have made it to the end of the video. Please let me know if you have any questions, thoughts, comments,
And if you really want to get into this, I do have a new piano course called Adult Piano Foundations. It's very in-depth, and I'll leave a link so you can check it out. Bye for now.